Hello, and welcome to Advice Guys, a weekly advice podcast hosted by me, Joshua Perlman, and
Me, Chia Chris.
Chia Chris. Are
Yeah,
you like a
I'm like
chia
a
pet?
I'm like a plant with a face and just chia, but it only grows under.
It just grows from the bottom.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those beds with like the skirt on it, the bed skirt, if you will.
Bed skirt, sure.
Yeah, I'm
I've
Chia
always said
Chris.
I've always said you were a lot like a bed skirt. I've
Yep.
always said that.
Well, that's good because it's the only thing I ever think about myself.
Tell me how you've been, buddy. What's going on?
I'm so pissed off at myself for not being proactive and so for not doing like a cool thing. So
What does that mean?
I was working on this show and I loved it. I worked on it for a long time and I got residuals and it got me into the Writers Guild. And then I just blindly assumed that I was going to be asked back for season two. And then I just did not get asked back for season two because they changed what the host heard some negative things about her performance. So then they brought in a new showrunner and then they brought in two new comics and myself and two of the other writers got bounced. Actually, they brought in three new writers, and so myself and two of the other writers got bounced. And I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I spent like 2 days, like 3 days. I'm fine today. 2 days. What's today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Spent like 2 days just miserable. I was just walking, and then the old head writer texts. He's like, "Hey, are you around so I can give you some unfun news?" Sure, can't wait for that. It's like hey, you want to get hit by a car in three, two, and then they just told me, they explained it. It's nothing you can do. It's TV. Nothing's guaranteed.
Sure.
And I was just really upset with myself because I spent so much time planning on that gig, and then all of a sudden the gig was like, bye. So then I was just miserable and I was upset with myself and I
How
was
are you doing
disappointed.
now?
I'm fine now. I mean, now this morning I'm usually like a 2 day sad nation. I thought I could do it in one day. I thought I could do a 1 day sad nation, but it took me 2 whole days. Like yesterday was a tough day.
You process emotion in such a different way than me. It's fascinating
How
because,
so?
because when I experience, I assume you experience something akin to grief.
That was grief for sure.
Yeah. So I assume you went through the five, now seven stages of grief. They added a couple.
Chocolate, pizza, fat burger, a milkshake, an aspirin, and two condoms. Are those the 7 stages of grief?
No, that's just what I bring on dates.
That's smart.
Yeah. Um. No, but if you're genuinely through it and you feel fine today, you process grief in a very different way than I do. It takes me months to fully process and get through anything that feels akin
It
to
doesn't
grief.
take me that long. No, I literally I don't allow myself that much time. I think it's just something that I just move through quickly. And again, yesterday I thought it was going to be quicker than it was. It was 2 days instead of one, but I just processed it. I thought realistically, there's nothing I can do about this. This is nothing I have control over. I took the wrong approach and put all my eggs in an incorrect basket. So now I have the choice of being upset, which is rightfully so. But now I need to figure a way out of it because I'm the only one who's coming to get me. So I have to figure out what my job is going to be next. So this morning I woke up with a different plan, executed some stuff, went back at it, and started beating pavement again, looking for something. And I feel at least more happy that I was proactive. Momentum creates momentum. So I felt cool with it. And I didn't feel it was easy to process quickly because I didn't feel like it was personal.
Sure.
I mean, it was like a
I mean, that's not what I heard, but yeah.
sure, but it just didn't feel personal. It felt like, hey, we're bringing in a new person. They're bringing in their people. You're out, and it's just that's all there is to it.
I get that. Yeah, when I experience professional or personal grief or tragedy or whatever, like rejection, however you want to put it, it takes me so long to, like, I'll fake it with other people that I'm doing fine. And
Right.
maybe that's what you're doing right now in the podcast.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, not you, buddy. But like maybe it's what you're doing. But not you. You wouldn't do that. But like maybe
Where's
it's
Kermit the Frog?
uh La Brea, just south of Sunset,
It's
at the
true.
Jim Henson Studios.
Right now, do you think John Mayer's there sexually harassing some woman who works for him?
No, but do you want to hear a funny John Mayer story?
Sure.
I was at Sunset Tower, which is a hotel bar, like I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, and I was sitting having lunch, and he was sitting right next to me with like two, like I assume friends who are women, and like apropos of nothing, he just like went on a rant about how he doesn't understand masturbation, like loudly. He was like, I just don't get it. Why do guys jack off? Like it makes no sense to me. Like I would just never jack off. Like if I wanted to come, I would just have sex. And I was like, that's the most hot dude who's been a rock star since 5 years old thing to ever say. Like, yeah, of course. Of
Right.
course you would just have sex. Because
Right.
you're John Mayer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting case study on quality men.
Mm-hmm.
But he can play guitar, boy.
Yeah, he's talented as fuck, and he's handsome.
Good looking man.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yep, he's like white Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I mean,
minus the headband full of cocaine.
I'm genuinely surprised that he's still John Mayer. I thought by now he'd be like John Governor or John President.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the not laugh announcement that it's funny.
No, I think it's cool. I didn't know you were going to go there, and it was so whip smart that it took me a second. I couldn't. It was so fast. It passed laughter.
That is how most people describe my stand-up. Is just whip smart, but not laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, it's more like laugh out, let me out funny, like as in they're captive and they've got to go, and they're like, please, haha, let me out loud. Let me out loud would be a great t-shirt. Let me out loud.
That's a good t-shirt.
Not
I'm wearing a Decatur Staley's t-shirt, rocking old-timey Chicago gear.
It looks like an American Eagle shirt.
No, it's A.E. Staley was the owner of the Decatur Staleys, which were the Chicago Bears before they became the Chicago Bears.
I had this time once on stage where I thought I was a genius, and I was like, you know what I don't get? And I go on this rant, and I'm like, you know what I don't fucking understand? Abercrombie and Fitch, like Abercrombie swimming and Abercrombie fishing and Abercrombie golf. Like, who the fuck are those guys playing against? And somebody goes, American Eagle? And I was like, damn.
That guy in the audience was funnier than you.
Yeah, he owned me.
Yeah.
He owned me. He laughed out loud.
One time I saw a comic do the dumbest thing I've ever seen a stand-up do, and it's like the cardinal flaw in stand-up, which is he was getting heckled by a woman, and he was like, oh, you think you could do better? Why don't you come up here? First of all, like the only advantage you have on it as a stand-up is the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the stage and the mic. That gives you all the seniority. And he invited her on the stage. She got on stage, looked at him, and just went, you're short. And the audience just exploded. And it was done.
What did you say when she said that?
It wasn't me, friend. I'm 5'12".
In your heart.
Yeah, my heart's 5'12". My legs are 5'10".
Yeah. Do you think John Mulaney, when he takes his underwear off, goes, look, I'm a leggy?
I don't think he does that.
I think he does. Here's my conversation of John Mulaney and John Mayer sitting next to each other on the bus.
Because they both ride buses.
I was going to say, we would never be on a bus. And the other one's like, I know. I can do lunch. I can do lunch later, though.
Okay, that's important information for our listeners.
Well, they need to know that I eat.
Yeah, they do. Are you ready to get into some questions?
Let's do it.
All right, let me fire it up. Question numero uno. Yeah,
First
that's
off,
right.
she's out of line. I'm just jumping the question.
Okay. This first question is from a woman.
She's out of line.
Okay.
Next question.
Is Michelle out of town or something? Why are you so weirdly like old school misogynistic?
Are you suggesting that she checks me when she's home?
I'm hoping she does.
Well, let's just say she's not home.
Yeah, that's good. A, because you're being like old school, like honeymooners husband, and B, because you can go to lunch.
I don't understand what's wrong with misogyny. It's like it feels good when they rub your shoulders. Like it's massage
No,
Jenny.
just
Jenny's my
no.
masseuse. She's
God
massage.
damn it! I hate this.
She's a misogyny.
God damn it!
Wait, here's my impression of Josh. I don't know. You have to be more respectful to women, Chris. Her butt looks soft. That's you.
I
You have to treat women with respect. She looks sweaty. Well, she didn't hear me say it. I know, Josh. I know.
look.
I'm sorry. I made all that up.
I do think that thinking women deserve all the same rights as dudes and are all unique and wonderful humans is a thing, but like, yeah, not all of them are meant to be my partner. So yeah, I don't know. It's not
Here's my impression of Josh singing "I Am Beautiful" by Christina Aguilera. Some of you are beautiful, no matter what you are. Words could bring you down, and maybe less muffins. You know what I'm talking about, Sally?
Yeah, I'm shallow. I am sorry. God damn it! I hate this podcast.
I love it. It's so good. So much honesty.
Yeah, whatever. Good luck writing on the show next year.
Yeah.
Jesus, that hurt me.
No, it's funny. I'm fine with it now. It is what it is. I still have insurance till the end of the year.
Uh, all right, our first question. Hey, advice, guys. I am dating an older man. He's 17 years my senior. He's a bit conservative, not politically, just in his life. We get along great. We've been together for like 8 perfect months. Recently, I heard he was asking my friend who introduced us about why I was single, and she told him that I've been dating around a lot before we met, but just hadn't met the right guy. He then came to me and asked how many guys I'd gone on dates with. I said, I don't know, in the past several years, like 100. He freaked out, asked me how many of them I had sex with. I said, barely any, but like I fooled around with some. He freaked out. He said, what does fooled around mean? I said, like, I don't know, kissed, like hand stuff or oral stuff. He screamed, that's the same as sex, and went nuts. Then I thought everything was fine and we'd gotten through it. But he came to me afterwards, said he was at the gym talking with a buddy. The buddy asked who he was dating. He showed him my photo. That guy said, oh, I know her. She gives great head. Wow. Then he came to me, told me this. I said, what's the guy's name? He said, I don't know. And he just kept slut shaming me. I don't know what to do. Should I stay with this guy? Or should I stay with this guy who didn't defend me? Or should I tell him to fuck off? Wow. First of all,
she's out of line.
no. She's not.
No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
Chris.
All right.
No. First of all, like, what's the dude doing, like, talking to a buddy at the gym whose name he doesn't know. Like, have you ever been to a gym?
First off,
Well,
no.
yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
I've been going to the same gym for 15 years, and I don't have a single gym friend. I don't talk to anybody at the gym. I go there, I work out, I leave. That's it. I don't have friends at the gym.
I know you don't have
Secondly,
friends.
what?
What'd you say?
What was coming?
Man, must have been one of the cars. First off, this guy sounds bananas. There's no fucking way this is real. There's no way the guy at the gym is real.
I don't think so either. I can't imagine any universe in which an acquaintance shows me a photo of a woman that I know or dated or whatever, and I say anything at all, let alone like if I'm at the anywhere and like a person I barely know shows me a photo and is like, this is who I'm dating. At most, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I know her. She's lovely. Like that's it. There's no universe in which I'm like, oh yeah, I hooked up with her and gross thing about how she is in bed. Like
Let's roll reverse and see if anyone was in any way similar to what he said. He said, first, you be the guy who shows me the picture, and then I'll be the guy who shows you the picture, and let's see how he would actually react.
okay.
Hey, good to see you at the gym, guy who I see whose name I don't know. Want to see a picture of a woman I'm dating because I want your approval?
Sure.
Here she is.
Oh yeah, I know her. She's great.
That's it? That's all you'd say?
Yeah, or I just wouldn't say that I know her. I'd say like, oh wow, she's really pretty, or like, good on you, bud. I don't know.
Okay, here's how I would say it, and tell me how you would react. I'll be the guy at the gym now. Hold on. I'm getting a pump in.
Yeah, you're pumping.
Uh-huh.
Hey man,
What's
I'm
up?
insecure and derive all of my masculinity and security from showing other men photos of women that are interested in me.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, she gives great head. Who would ever say that?
No, I think that I think that this guy just said that to her as like some way to weaponize his insecurity about her having dated around a lot.
There's no way in hell any man, no matter what the a-hole level, is going to be, yeah, she sucked my dick. She was great. Because
Yeah, I mean, like,
he would be getting punched.
yeah, the only man on the planet that I could see doing that is Jonah.
I was going to say John Mayer.
Yeah,
I wanted to masturbate, but she just was too good at sucking dick.
I don't think that, like, yeah, I don't think that. I think this guy is lying and gaslighting this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, if you're a human of like a certain age, if you're over 30 or over 40, you've got to know that entering into any kind of like dating situation with a woman or man around your age is gonna have a past and a history. Like you can't be insecure about them having gone on dates and fooled around with people. Otherwise, you're just fucking insane.
Yeah. Or like when you're camping.
But yeah, it's the old story of like us dudes having this like weird Madonna horror complex.
That left me a long time ago, man. A long time ago. I just don't.
When Madonna started doing the English accent, is that when it left you?
No, when she was no longer a whore. That's when it really left for me.
She's never been anything like the word you said. She's lovely.
She calls herself a whore.
I don't think that's
when
true.
she comes over to play. We play Pictionary on Thursdays. And
Have you ever met Madonna?
What?
Have you ever met Madonna?
Many, many, many years ago in Michigan, and it
I
was
met her
like,
once.
Yeah, she's a presence.
Yeah, she was great. She was lovely.
Oh, she's phenomenal. I met her. Yeah, she like I knew a friend of a friend was buddies with her brother Mario back in Michigan.
Mario, Chris is her brother, Chris Ciccone. That's why Ciccone's is called Ciccone's.
She also had a brother named Mario. It was like half brother. You can Google it if you want.
I don't.
Okay. She also had a brother named Luigi Ciccone. He ended up shooting a health guy in the back, but he's going to get off because he's good looking. That's Madonna's brother.
I don't think I'm gonna have to fact check some of this, but yeah.
Why? No,
Anyway,
Facebook doesn't. I think that she should, even though she's going to stay with this guy. I think this guy's full of shit. He didn't. He didn't. Fuck no one. No one in no world do you care about what a guy at the gym whose name you don't know thinks about who you're dating. In
yeah,
no world.
I think she should break up with this guy. I
I
think,
agree.
yeah, this guy sounds like a piece of shit. He sounds insecure as fuck. And you should go back to just like getting out there and giving handies and blowies to random.
Yeah, because obviously you have an incredible reputation. People are talking about it.
By the way, the funniest part of this story to me, this question, is like, dude is clearly so thrilled with her oral skills
Hmm.
that he knew like saying that
Right.
would ring true to her somehow. Like she's
She'd be like,
clearly great.
yeah, yeah. She's like, yeah, I am.
I have great. Oh no, I know he talked to a guy at the gym about how
Yeah.
great I give head. I'm so great at giving head.
So funny.
Eh.
All right, next question.
Okay, question number 2. Dear advice, guys. I'm in a heap of fucking trouble. Been dating this girl for like 7 months, and I've been kind of skittish. It's not going great. I've been looking for the exit, but I figured I wouldn't break up with her before my birthday, which was a week ago. And on my birthday, she gave me a puppy. And now I don't know what to do. I don't want the dog. I don't want to be in a relationship with her. But am I stuck with both? Oh, that's the worst. It's the
Yikes.
fucking worst. Can't give a person a pet.
Uh-uh.
You can't just give a person a dog who you like, unless you know for certain all they want in the world is a dog. You can't just be like, here's a living thing.
I don't get it.
I think if I'm like, I don't know if I'm right or not, but my guess is girl knew he had like one foot out the door, and she did like the same as like, let's have a baby. Like she was like,
Right.
if I give him this dog, he can't leave me. Like we'll have this joint pet together. It's like
Yeah.
an anchor puppy.
An anger puppy?
Anchor.
Anchor puppy.
Not anger puppy. Anger puppy was my nickname in high school.
Anger puppy was my band in 11th grade.
Sure.
Anger puppy.
Do you guys open for Quiet Riot?
No, we opened up for Skinny Puppy because they were not as angry.
Sure. But they were skinnier.
Well, yeah. Have you not seen Anger Puppy?
Well, I've seen you.
Well, what about Anchor Puppy? Would that be a boat? That would be a cool name for a dog that floated.
Anchor puppy?
No, it'd be a better name for a dog that didn't float. Arr.
I don't know what's happening.
Anchor Puppy. All right, yeah. You can't give someone a pet. Problem solved.
But like, what's this guy supposed to do now? I think like
You can get rid
give
of
her
the
the dog back.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
can't get rid of a dog. What did you just say? You can't get rid of
I
a
meant
dog.
like put it up for adoption or something. You don't want the dog. Every time you see the dog, every time you're masturbating to John Mayer music, you're going to be thinking about this woman, and that you don't want that.
I think, yeah, buddy, you got to break up with this girl and either embrace having a dog because they're the best. It's the fucking absolute best having a dog, or give her the dog back. I don't know, but
Or
now there's like a defenseless little animal brought into your situation, which is horrifying.
or tell everybody that the dog gives really good head. No, that doesn't work if you combine the first one and the second one. It's so funny. The look you have right now. It's like if Katie Lang were mad. And now it's not. Now it's like if Katie Lang weren't mad anymore.
Why do you always say I look like Katie Lang?
Because you don't look like Jeremy Renner because your extremities aren't cut up by blades.
Nope, not here for it. Very
Oh.
nice man. Very, very nice man.
I'm so glad he survived. It was an incredibly heroic thing that he's still alive. I love it. I'm just saying you don't look like him because there's that difference.
I don't get that anymore. I used to get that all the time. Like, hey, are you Jeremy Renner? My favorite was I was at the Improv doing a set, and I got off stage, and there was this dude hanging out in the back who was another comic, and he was like, "Yo, man, before you went up, I thought you were that bow and arrow shooting N word."
Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, and I was like, "Nope, not Jeremy Renner."
Right.
But I think since I went gray, nobody thinks I'm him anymore because he's not gray.
No, they definitely think you're Tig Notaro.
Yeah, that actually, I look like Tig.
All right, what's the next question?
Hey, advice, guys. I've been with my wife for over 10 years. I think she is absolutely beautiful, perfect in every way. But
But
she, did you say but?
yeah,
God, you're on a misogyny kick. Michelle, come back. But she has been talking now for a few months about how she wants to get a facelift. I don't know what to do. I don't want her to get a facelift because I'm afraid that I won't like her face afterwards. What should I say?
say please don't get a facelift. I love you just as the way you are. Michelle had a facelift phase.
Michelle had a facelift phase?
She had I don't like my chin phase, and I was like, baby, your chin looks great. No, and it went on for like 2 whole days, but thank God she talked herself out of it. But all you can do is just ride the crazy and just be like, you look fantastic, sweetheart.
My ex, my most recent ex, talked a lot about getting a facelift potentially. I don't know whether or not she has since we broke up. I hope not. But like my thing was always like, not only do I not want you to get a facelift, I think you are absolutely stunning. But like I had this genuine fear that I would just like hate her face afterwards. Like it
Yeah,
would
you're
look
folding someone's face. No thanks.
because yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
Face
how
folding.
work looks. But that's a fucking tough situation because I'm assuming his wife is experiencing like all of the things someone does as they're aging and probably believes that like having a facelift when she looks in the mirror will make her feel beautiful or look beautiful to her. So like how do you say like no, don't do something that's going to make you feel better about the way you look? That's a fucking impossible situation.
Yeah, it is. I just say tell her how pretty she is and hope she doesn't do it.
I say tell her you'll love her no matter what. Like say I'll think you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful as you are. If you get a facelift, of course I'll love you. And then if she gets a facelift and you don't think she's pretty anymore,
Then you can take this puppy from this guy and go meet the girl who gives really good head. I'm gonna connect all these questions every time.
I'm not angry about that one. I was angry about the prior, but I'm not angry about that one.
But I was not angry about the Richard.
Oh yeah, Richard Pryor. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
All right, should we get on to the next question? Because like my advice for that guy is literally like you're in a lose lose, buddy. You're
Yep.
fucked.
Can't tell her.
Yeah. All right. Question 4. Dear advice guys, do you guys like porn?
That's the question?
Nope, there's more to it, but I just wanted to clock your reaction.
Okay, I heard it.
I do, but like not in a weird way. My question is though, why is all porn a step something? It's like step mom porn, step daughter porn, step brother porn, step sister porn. I mean that's the same porn. Uh is jacking off to this porn going to give me some new weird fetish? Am I gonna be like into wanting a stepdaughter or a stepmom?
First off, it all porn is not like that. Yeah, that's whatever is on their algorithm. Because obviously that person did it once and that was it. And now everything is step this, step that, step whatever. That's definitely a type of porn.
I'm gonna tell you something, buddy.
Yeah, you love that type of porn.
No, I don't love that type of porn. But a lot of porn is that.
I mean, it's so weird. Like,
I think it happened during COVID. a lot of porn is like because I utilize pornography on
Sure.
occasion. God damn it. Uh and like a lot of the porn I end up watching is stepmom porn because like that's all
How many times?
women.
How many seconds after you hear the sentence, "Your mom's gonna kill me," do you lose your load?
No, it's not that. It's literally I've never been a fan of story in porn. I've always I've always just been into the act.
Okay.
But like so much of it is like people having sex with family members. And so like I enjoy or utilize, god damn it, this is so embarrassing. Pornography that like the actresses are of an age that I become attracted, and like all of it's like them fucking little boys and being like, "What do you want to do to mommy?" And it's fucking weird.
Oh, really? You think it's weird? You don't think it has anything to do with stemming from your babysitter when you were a little boy? You don't think it comes from that? I
No,
got
I
some
think
bad,
all my relationships do, but
I got some bad news, brother. It comes from that.
no, but I don't like that.
Oh,
I
it just
don't.
happens to be on your phone all the time.
It's all like go on Pornhub and like
My Pornhub is
type
all
in MILF, and like 90% of the porn is gonna be a lady having sex with her stepson.
my porn is always like dinosaur porn. It's like it's got to be two people dressed up like dinosaurs, and then cavemen show up. And the cavemen are like, "Whoa, you've got a tail."
Does that come from when you were molested by Barney?
Yes,
Yeah,
and I
that's
can
good.
admit that.
Yeah.
Like they
Funny,
say,
I admit that I had sex with my friend's babysitter constantly.
yeah. I mean, it's just like Damon Wayans says, "Molested, mo problems." Do you know what I mean?
David Wayne says that, and then he drones on stage for another hour and 45 while all the
Damn,
comics leave.
fair enough.
All right.
I don't
Weird
think.
inside joke about Damon.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, I think a lot of people watch porn. I think you're okay.
Yeah, I don't think watching some stepmom or stepson porn is gonna make you.
You know what? Watching stepmom porn and watching stepsister porn is not weird. Fucking your stepmom and fucking your sister is weird. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it is. Yeah, it's really weird.
All right, we
And
got one last question, right?
we do have one last question. Excuse me. Dear advice, guys. Why do I keep dating messy guys? Like guys.
Sending out a SOS. Sending out a SOS.
I can't believe you just stole my joke from the walk this morning. You son of a bitch.
I stole your joke. Okay, sorry.
Dear advice, guys. Why do I keep dating messy guys? Like every guy who I'm excited about in the beginning ends up being someone super messy who I realize there's no future with. The last five guys all follow this pattern. Why can't I find a guy who I'm stoked about who is someone I could have it says further with, but I think they mean future with.
I mean, a wise man once said, "Stop calling me." But another one said, "You don't want someone you like. There's a time and a place for mess." You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're in the mood for mess because you don't care, and then like sometimes you want someone who's not messy because you kind of care, or you kind of hope you could care.
What?
Like
Go on.
I'm just saying, this person said they were like, you know what? They're like, if I wanna hook up with this hot girl who I know is a mess, I don't care that I'm doing blow and like fucking, not sleeping all night. Because this person, I don't give a fuck what this person thinks of. I don't care what they see me as, because I know they're messy too. But if I kind of don't know and I kind of like them, I don't want them to see my mess in hopes that maybe we can be tidy together.
Okay. I have a few thoughts.
Let's hear them.
Number one, I was actually having a conversation with Scott last night. That was
Let's use it. Let's use a fake name so no one knows who it is.
I was actually having a conversation with Squirt.
That's better. You don't want anyone to know that we're talking about him.
Yeah. So Squirt and we were chatting about. I recently got a text. I woke up a few days ago to a text from UFC. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So like at 3 or 4 in the morning, she sent me this like long text about like some insane drama going on in her life, and like it was like I haven't talked to her since she went to Thailand to study Muay Thai.
Right.
And she sent me this insane text about like all this drama in her life, and then like at the end of it was like, but like I'd like to hang out at some point or something. And I was like, wow, like I really do let some messy folks into my life. And my takeaway from it was like, I think that I end up in relationship or dating or hanging around with women who are a bit on the more dramatic or messy side as a like as a kind of defense mechanism, or like there's a safety in it.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is the person who asked us this question, this girl has been dating messy guys because of the same reason, which is one of two things. And I know what it is in my case, but like you end up dating messy people either because you know there's no future with them, because you're not prepared to or feel confident enough or ready to settle down with someone on some level. So you date people that you know going in, like there's this like distance safety of like, well, that guy's not gonna step up and be the guy for me, so I can play around with this, and then when it falls apart or ends, like I'll be fine because I knew there was never going to be a future there to begin with.
TCCs, temporary car crashes.
For me, and this is probably the most vulnerable I'll get in this podcast ever. For me, after that conversation with
Squirt.
I was trying to say Scott backwards, but there's no way. Tox.
That'll for sure not let anybody know who we're talking about.
Yeah, nobody has a clue. For me, I think it's ultimately sadder. I think that the reason I end up in a lot of the couplings I have is because it's not so much about knowing that they're not ready for a future or something real, but like knowing that I don't have capacity to actually like relationship in a way that's real. So I end up often picking people or being drawn to people who I know, like, well, I don't have to do any work on myself because like there's no future here. I mean, if you look at my previous 3-4 long-term relationships, there was never a chance for it being real.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. That was a tough pill to swallow because it was just about like, oh, like I'm the problem.
Well, like in that movie Perks of Being a Wallflower, we accept the love that we choose to be with at the time because we don't want to do the work because they're really messy, and that's fine with us. But we knew if they were better, that we would probably have to do work, but we'd rather just put our penis in it for a couple of weeks until we don't have to anymore. I think that was the quote from the movie.
I hope it wasn't.
It really was.
I hope it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd like to think though that I'm now at a place where like I could be a real person in a relationship.
It's just, being a real boy is as easy as wanting to be a real boy, Josh. It's just that
Yeah,
easy.
I know.
It's just that easy. It's the difference between waking up one day and going, should I drink all day today and go to the bar and hang out with sleuths? Or should I just maybe put some effort into some in particular female that I enjoy? Put some effort into that, play the long game, work on myself. The answer every time is going to be sleuths for Josh because he's not a real boy.
That's not true at all. In fact, like I don't know. I think I'm.
Drinking a beer right now at 2.
Yeah, I am. I got no issue with that. It's my Sunday.
Tuesday is my Friday night.
No, but there's yeah, I have a couple reasons right now to like step up a little bit. I think.
Couple irons in the fire. Is that what
Yeah,
you mean? Is that what you mean?
there's a human about whom I'm a little excited.
There's a
Or
human,
curious. Yeah, there's
human
a-
woman.
Yeah, about whom I'm very curious.
Do they
to
listen
know
to the
more.
podcast? Are
I
they one of
hope
our
not.
six? Are they one of our 6 listeners?
I hope not. I hope desperately not.
All right, that's good
I'd
then.
rather,
Then
I'd
you have a
rather she
chance.
didn't know me just yet.
Then you have a chance.
Yeah.
Great
But
episode.
well, we're not done yet. We haven't offered advice to this person.
I think we offered plenty of advice to this person.
All right. Yeah, do some looking inward. That's why you're dating messy guys.
Yeah. Who wrote this song? Who wrote this question? H-Town?
No, but sure. Do you miss H-Town this week? I bet our viewers do, or listeners do.
I mean, God bless her messy self. You know what I mean?
God bless this mess.
God bless. She's a mess. I think I told her the other day, I said my new nickname for her was Handful.
That's really funny.
Yeah, she didn't respond.
Handful's really funny.
Which she didn't respond, which makes it even better.
I feel so much empathy for her. She's so fucking in love with this guy.
I
And
know.
it's so rough.
Yeah, it's another show. Yeah. All right, if you like the show, please send your questions into adviceguys11@gmail. I'll do my impression of her signing off. Right, if you like the show, then do your follow us. Right, all right, oi.
I don't love your British accent, buddy.
That was Australian.
I'll do it with a German accent.
Okay.
Uh,
But for some reason, refer to yourself as in third person as Kyle in the middle of your German accent.
if you have enjoyed this podcast, please send your questions to adviceguys11@gmail. I am Kyle, and
Is that
Kyle and Chris host this podcast together. So please send your questions to AdviceGuys11 or subscribe and like this podcast. It's a podcast for all of us. Germany has always been for all of us.
Oh, man.
But what is your problem? What's the issue?
I think Germany's like the Kanye West of countries.
No, the Germans, unlike Kanye, understood that they made a mistake and acted very bad in the 20s.
And Kanye doesn't get that.
Kanye is doing it now.
Now you sound like Tig.
This is Tig Notaro's stand-up comedy.
Oh, man.
Kyle is one of the bigger German stand-up comedians, of which there are 3. Prior to 1920s, there were many more German stand-up comedians, but something happened. I don't know. But
they killed. I mean, they were literally killed. All right. See you later, everybody.
Bye.